to units of the teaching. So before we start our actual class, first we need to check, we must check our motivation, why we are here, so why you are in TPC. So we are here together to learn, to study Dharma, particularly study the Dharma which is we can apply in general, particularly the process of the death. It is very important to check your intention, motivation, each time when you do Dharma practice, each time when you do good deeds. Therefore, first everybody check, analyze whether you have a right motivation or wrong motivation. Yes, now you realize you came to TPC with the right motivation, which is very pure. You learned, study Dharma, particularly Dharma, which is I can apply during the process of death. As a Buddhist, every day, every moment, we need to take refuge to the Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, particularly as a Mahayana practitioner, Mahayana follower. So we need to take refuge to the Guru, Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. So when you take refuge to the Tibetan, the Guru you must include into Buddha. So when you take refuge to the Guru and Buddha separately, you should not think the Guru is more holy than the Buddha. Also should not think the Guru is more superior than the Buddha, but we think the Guru is more important for me to learn, to know about the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. Therefore, beginning of our class, first we take refuge to the Tibetan. Particularly, you can imagine you are taking refuge to the Tibetan while you are dying on the bed or on the chair or on the wheelchair, or you are dying on the roadside. The place where we are dying, it is not important. The most important that moment, we try to remember the Tibetan, particularly the Dharma. Take refuge. The first stanza. I am all being through all space and without exception go for refuge until the ultimate enlightenment to the past, present, and future Buddhas, adopting in the spiritual community, may be released from the effect of the five intermediate state and the next. Here we say this life must also include the death. process of the death. But now, generally, you take refuge to the Divajan and imagine you are dying somewhere, take refuge to the Divajan, free from the fright, free from the scaredness. Second, so we still have maybe another few hours, few days, few weeks, few months, few years, we can practice the Dharma. Also, as a human being, we have the ability to practice the Dharma to benefit yourself, to benefit for others. Also, the body has a very important kind of potential. You can choose the next life, can be a good life, or can be a bad life. Also, we can choose based on this life, we can have a benefit or we can have a loss. The life which is we have, it cannot be lost forever. It can be lost anytime. Therefore, we must think the energy, the time, the ability I have now, I will use to practice the Dharma. I will use the energy, the timing, the body, the ability, the wisdom, as much as I can to, achieve the essence of the Buddha teaching, which is liberation and Buddhahood. Chant the second stanza. May we attract meaning for the essence of our life's work, without being distracted by senseless affair of the life. Seeing this good foundation had to be easy to distinguish. Present opportunity of choice will be perfect and loss, comfort and misery. So as a human being, we must differentiate ourselves from the animal. Animal also every day searching food and drink. All animal every day they're searching shelter or sleeping. Also every day they are just try to have a happiness. We are very different from the other sentient beings. So we have a better knowledge, better wisdom. We have a very great opportunity. Therefore, so this lifetime, we try to be Buddha. If cannot, we try to achieve liberation. If cannot, at least, so we try our best to have a better or superior life in the next life. Please reflect on the important value of human life. The important life we have, the important life we are able to achieve due to billions of powerful merit and positive karma. The life is so important, very valuable, but still is impermanent. death will come. Next, reflect on impermanence, the 3 root and 9 reason. Stanza number 3. May we realize that there is no time to waste, death being definite, but the time of death indefinite. Whereas the other will separate, whereas being accumulated will be without restitute. At the end of the rising comes descent. The final of the world is death. First, we should realize there's no such a time we can waste. Whatever time left, whatever time we will have until we, diet, all the time we use for important or useful. We don't waste our time with a sense, with a meaningless. Death being definite. Yes, we everybody fully realize death definitely come. But the time of death indefinite. So we can be die anytime. So first reflect on the 3 roots. And particularly time of the death, only Dharma can be useful. Only Dharma can benefit when we are living alone. Our friends and family, our wealth, our body, our position, our power, nothing can have except the Dharma. Now you can imagine you are very close to death. So you are surrounded by your best friends, your families. They can just watch, look at you. They cannot protect you. You cannot bring them with you. So you have to live alone without taking single, small size of your wealth, your belongings. So always need to remember, I don't have such a time which I can waste. I can be best. Every moment, every minute must be count as important. Even though when you are having breakfast, lunch, dinner, taking shower, going alone, always remember that death can become anytime. Should not attach on your families, your belongings, your positions, your name and fame. Just remember the death. The moment of the death, only Dharma can have you, nothing else. Even though your guru, very qualified guru, can teach you how to practice, how to remember the instruction path while you are dying. and certain time, then also the guru cannot help you anymore. You have to live alone. You are living to totally new kind of place. Next, answer number 4. All right, 4. Now, let's say now you are ready, on the bed, you are close to death. Then there will be lot of, misunderstanding. Also, moment of the death, while you are dying, we can have all kinds of suffering, lots of painful, kind of sickness and difficult due to the sickness, due to the physical conditions. The second suffering we can have a lot of misunderstanding, misperception, something happened to you, you think these are real. So we just pray to the Tibetan, free from the painful sufferings, free from the misperceptions, free from the misunderstanding. Stanza number 4. May we be relieved from the overwhelming suffering due to the various causes of death. And this sitting awareness, perception of object and subject, usually broadly composed of the whole visual and consciousness of hope to spread. So now, you are, no matter how many people are around you, no matter how many doctors and nurses are around you, no matter you are around, nobody, around you still. So we have to go through the experience of all kinds of sufferings, all kinds of illusions, object and subject. Particularly so when it start to decay, your body, within the body, there's a lot of 4 elements have a lot of changes of the 4 elements. Sometimes the water element or earth element become very strong. Then you can feel you are really squeezing, compressing between big kind of two rocks. Sometimes the water elements become powerful. Also, you can feel, you're going to believe you are really, sinking in the water. Sometimes the fire elements become more powerful. Also, you can feel you are really burning in the fire. But all this kind of appearance are you are misunderstanding. Actually, these are the happen because of the 4 elements become very imbalanced, or one of the elements become more obvious, more powerful. Then that moment, we need to realize these are just my appearance. There's no such as rock. There's no such as fire. There's no such as big kind of water. It's my misunderstanding. Please, keep calm your mind. Remember the Tibetan. Remember the Dharma which you learn. Remember the practice which you have been doing all your life, free from all the illusions, particularly illusion of, object and subject is totally different. And then number 5, May we be relieved from the mistaken appearance of our church when deceive the term of need by the Lord is sustained so dearly, and the frightful heaviness of of death manifests. And we skin ourselves with the weapon of the killing poison was neglected and bewilderment. Right now, this look at may we be relieved from the mistaken appearance of our virtues. Right? Generally, the people who always engage in a lot of negative actions, always involved with the bad deeds. When the people getting older, you can see the presence of so many different kinds of imagination can be appears. In my village or neighbor, the father did a lot of hunting the wild animal in the mountain. So when he was seriously ill, almost 1 month, whatever food the family served him, for him, he cannot really see the food in the bowl, food in the plate, tea or drink in the cup. He always can see there's a lot of blood. Sometimes he can see there's a food, but the food is fully covered by all kinds of hair, like the hair, because he killed, lots of wild like life. So we are not like him, every day we killed animal. We are not butcher, but if we don't reduce our negative karma as much as we can, then moment of the death, due to the negative karma, we can have all kinds of experience, all kinds of appearance. Let's say you are just lying on the bed or sitting on the bed or sitting on the wheelchair, but you try to practice the dharma, you try to keep calm, you try to calm yourself. But suddenly the negative karma, manifests as a beautiful object. The young mind becomes so attached to the beautiful object. You really want to get the object. You try to get the object. You try to, see the beautiful person, but somehow you cannot see, you cannot really catch up, you cannot touch the beautiful object. Then you get so angry. Due to angry, then you are, the four elements become very imbalanced. Then, due to that, you're going to die because of the anger, because the attachment. So let's say now, imagine you are on the bed, you are really, become hopeless. Your family friend also become very hopeless. But so many beautiful object appears. Remember, these are just manifestation of my negative karma. Those are not solidly, independently there. Some ugly object appear to you. Also, you need to realize these are the manifestation of, our own negative karmas. These are the, happen to me because the trigger of attachment and anger. Just realize them as an illusion. Try to be very calm and remember your daily recitation, chanting, prayer, meditation. Particularly, you remember instruction you receive from your guru. Right? Therefore, here you can see the weapon of three poison: lust, hatred, and bewilderment. So therefore, attachment can be triggered to take your life. Anger can be, triggered to take your life. But therefore, here we need to control the three poison mind based on realizing these are the just illusion. These are the manifestation of my own negative karma. I no need to attach to a beautiful object. I should not have an angry with the ugly object. I should not have a lot of, the misunderstanding or the appearance. Just remain calmly, remember the Tibetan, practice your path and Dharma continuously. But this moment we think I can do it. Right? Everybody feel, yes, surely, moment of the death, I can manage to practice Dharma. No, because even though this moment, right, so we have all kinds of attachment. Still things belongs to you. We have a so strong attachment towards your family, particularly your dearest one. But still, you can see or meet him or her, you can talk to them, you can work together, have a breakfast, lunch, you can go for holiday. But the moment of the death, you realize you have a so strong attachment towards your belongings, but also we realize I cannot bring with me. Right? We can see hundreds of people already died. They left. We cannot say anybody has taken an object. So there's a very difficult moment will be there. Also attachment towards your family. Since today, if you are married, you really love each other as a wife and husband. But when you are very old, I don't think you have this kind of love. That's still possible. Then since this evening, maybe within few hours, I have to leave. She leave behind you. Or she is going. Then when she feel I cannot see anymore my husband, particularly children. So you are very much worried about your belongings, your families. Not easy to remember Dharma. Right? Therefore, even since today, you need to realize any belongings you have, one day you have to leave. No matter how many closer best friend you have, one day you have to leave. No choice. So if you learn today, learn the detachment, then there's a little possibility to remember the instruction, remember the teaching, remember the Tibetan, particularly remember your daily practice. But not easy, because I was watching a video, by Geshe Lama, he was saying, if we don't really familiarize the impermanence of death, the process of death, then when the death actually comes, he said, not easy at all. So if you believe in next life, if you really believe, not just believe, you really strongly believe, you really convinced about next life, now for us, as a, not, we are not really all, but we are kind of all people, all person. Now is time to choose for next life, not this life. It is time to think more about next life, not this life. This life, we are okay. You have a house, you have more than enough clothes. We can survive with that. We can fully, happily survive with a one meal, one-time meal. And Singapore is not, you don't have a cold weather, you don't need a lot of clothes. A few pieces of clothes is enough. Right? So we have to really remember the practice of Dharma since today. The next stanza is stanza number 6, 7. Describe how to achieve the most favorable condition for that death by remembering the word to practice, by remembering, so remaining joyful. Now, you are very serious and you are very close to the death. So we chant stanza number 6. May we remember instructions of practice. And doctor forsake us day with now. Friends have given up all for our life. And we are left with nothing else to do. Now, you are on the bed. The doctor said, you check the pulse here and there, open the eyes, the lash open. The doctor said, cannot. What we can get, what we can hear, sorry, I don't think, the person can survive. The last what we can find from doctor, sorry. Then, as a last meal, as a Buddhist, what we can eat, the blessing pills, and with the last meal. As a Buddhist, what will be your last clothes? The blessed piece of clothes. Somebody cover on you. Then your friends knew you cannot survive, right? But the friends say you're okay. They really, try to encourage you, try to not to be upset. Say you're okay. But actually, 100% sure, so we are dying. Therefore, friends, the prayers, the ritual, nothing can have. Our friends have a gift of hope for our life, and we are left with nothing else to do. Right? No, you are around the, actually, physically, you are surrounded by family or friends or some monks or chanting. Physically, they are around you. You mentally is totally, you feel loneliness. Totally, you feel loneliness, hopeless. Then, are you really scared? What next life? What will be the next? You're scared. Particularly as a Buddhist, we believe in hungry beings, hell, right? And we're scared. Can you remember this moment, Dharma? So difficult. You are really frightened, so scared. So everybody become hopeless. Now, he say, remember the instruction for the practice. If you familiarize, if you practice every day the Dharma instruction, still you can remember. Otherwise, cannot. So we just, pray to the Tibetan to remember the instruction for the practice. Therefore, all the instructions, all the teachings you received from different master, different geshe, different gurus, all the instruction, teaching must for practice. Practice, okay? You should not be like accumulating teachings. Because we rush everywhere, attending teaching. Then you have a long list of initiation, long list of different teachings. The list was so long, but your practice is very short. We should not be like that. Next, so wishing to die within joyful and confidence. So we chant stanza number 7. May we have the confidence of joy and delight when food and well accumulated with the uselessness of left behind, and be separate forever from cherished and born of parents. We belong to a perilous situation. Now become more serious. Right? Therefore, may we have the confidence of joy and delight. So how we can have a confidence when we are dying? Therefore, last time I gave you the example, you have the visa, you have the proper ticket, you already book your hotel. Also in the hotel, you already order all the furnitures, right? Furniture which you really like. Then also not just book hotel, you already order all the furniture in the hotel. Also you know about all the countries where you are going. Then you can happily go for holiday. Same way. So before we leave this world, in our daily life, we always try to practice the Dharma, then try to accumulate merit. Doesn't mean you got a visa, you got a ticket. Second, not just accumulate merit, also the merit you have been accumulating, every day you must dedicate. Dedicate. Dedication is very important. Even though the merit is so, small amount, through dedication, the small amount of merit become much powerful, much bigger. Therefore, when you do dedicate, usually when we dedicate, I dedicate the merit to benefit all sentient beings, which is very good. But you are forgetting your own dedication. So you must dedicate, I may accumulate this merit. This merit, like today or this morning or yesterday, whatever merit, somebody you say, this merit I'm going to dedicate to have all the necessary, facility for my next life. After next life, after next, that means you are, ordering, pre-order for your furniture. And therefore, you must dedicate for, all the necessary conducive condition for next life, for yourself, for others, particularly conducive condition, continuously practice Dharma. Then now you can see you are very happy when I'm young, right? We all together, we are same when I'm young. When I'm young, yeah, without knowing, without understanding, without knowing what we do. What is this? It's okay. I think that AI reading your text. Done? Okay, it's always so, don't worry. Right? Therefore, so we must do the proper dedication. Generally, sometimes I feel a bit, upset. We always talk about all sentient being, but you are very, enemy with your neighbors. Even you are very enemy with your families. When you go out, you are a wonderful person. When you come in your house, you are most of the troublemakers. You shouldn't be there. Shouldn't. First, you try to be happy, good person within your family. Second, you try to be good, better, happy person with your neighbors. Then slowly, others, and slowly all sentient being. Or we are opposite. We are very good with all sentient being, but you are very bad person with your family. Right? Therefore, we should not be like that. Should not be like that. Even though practice compassion is great compassion, practice compassion, all sentient being. Oh, it's so nice. You have a compassion, all sentient being. You look at around you, No compassion here, no compassion there, no compassion in front, no compassion you are behind, but compassion for all sentient. No, these are wrong. Wrong, okay? Okay, next stanza is now actually the today lesson. Stanza number 8. May we generate a powerful mind of virtues when the elements earth, water, fire, wind dissolve in the stages. The physical state is lost, mouth, nose, jaw, and pucker, arm, with door, and others, soft immortal. Now, so you are alone. Mentally, you are alone. Physically, you are with the doctor and nurses or your friend. But mentally, you are alone. You are very, your process of the death. Now, what happened? The first, the dissociation of the 4 elements. Remember, 4 elements. What's the number 1? Earth, then water, fire, wind. So we have to know our body is actually made of the 4 elements. Water, the heat is a fire, then the earth, and the all comes different types of wind, running through all with the channels. Now you're on the bed, lying on the bed. Slowly your body become very weak. And you cannot move your hands and legs. You cannot turn around. You need someone, you need helping, someone can turn you around. You have become very weak. Still, you can see, you can hear. When you touch your body, you can feel the warmness or parts of your body. Among the 4 elements, first, the earth dissolves into where? Water. Means the earth elements, the bones, the muscles, the jaw become very, very weak. That means earth dissolves into water. And the water element can become, like foundation, more, dependent by the consciousness. That means earth element become very weak. The water element become more powerful. It's just dissolve or deteriorate. Right? So that time there are 2 signs you need to remember. Also, when you see someone dying, you can check, the external sign. Also, at that time also you can see the internal sign. Right? Okay, so when the earth dissolves into water, what's the external sign? Your body cannot be moved. Right? Your body becomes so weak. Weak doesn't mean it becomes so, skinny. Your body doesn't have the ability, no energy to move here and there. You want to move, you cannot move. Means earth dissolve into water. Your body become totally weak. What's the internal sign? Mirage. So what does mean mirage? Have you seen mirage? What does it mean? It look like what? Huh? Singapore, you don't have mirage because Singapore is very greeny. Less in Ladakh, we have a lot of, desert areas. Evening, before the sun set, when you look at the desert area plan, you can see look like it's water. Like say, look at moving water in the desert is a mirage. You. So that time you are lying on the bed, you cannot move. You really cannot talk clearly. You cannot see things clearly. This is one. Second, look like you are, watching at the mirage. Then now you need to realize my earth dissolve into water. Clear? True sign. Second, when the water dissolve into the fire, there's a true sign. External sign, what's the external sign? Huh? Yeah, body temperature. What, right? The warmness withdraw, dissolve. Mean slowly your body become cooling, cold, very cold, cold. Your body temperature slowly drop. Right? Because the fire elements become very weak. Therefore, body temperature gradually dissolve, dropping. Here also, when you yourself, right, you touch your head, if your head is warm, little bit feel, temperature here, good. When you touch your hand, if you touch somebody's hand and the hand becomes so cold, the leg is still warm, it's a, bad sign. The temperature, dropping from head to the heart, considered as a bad sign. The temperature withdraw from the leg to the upper body is good sign. Right? So when you touch, you can feel your head is cold, touch your leg is very warm. Then you must remember the prayers or chanting, try to have a positive mental attitude. Then maybe the heat can be changed. Through sign. Externally, your temperature slowly going to drop. Internally, or sun, small. Small means you are lying on the bed. Maybe little your eyes, you can see things around you, but look like, the way you stay in the rooms, hospital, you totally, full of smoke. Particularly the smoke is just on the ceiling. Right? Then now you need to remember, yes, now the second element dissolve into the third. Two sign. Internal, you can see look like smoke all every part of your rooms in the hospital. The third one, the water, so the fire dissolve into wind. Right? Now the fire or the heat's power become very, very big. Slowly, now you cannot, when you touch somebody's body, you cannot feel any kind of heat, any parts of the body. That means the fire element totally dissolve into the wind. Right? Then at that time there's two signs. What are the signs? No. Third is the firefly. Fourth is the fire. Right? Because when the the fire dissolve into the wind, the heat totally dissolve. Then for you can see, like a fire, we say a firefly. So for you, what is your imagination? The fireflies mean? Yeah. You are stay in the dark place, dark area, but in the space, sometimes a fire spark. Right? So in the ancient time, when you cook food on the fire, night time when you take off the pot, you can see there's like spark. Now you are lying on the bed, for your appearance, there's a lot of spark. Then the fire dissolves into the air. Now, when the fire dissolves into the air, also there's a two sign, internal, external. What's the external sign? The breath going to cease. When you really, try to listen the breath from the nose, you cannot feel any, the breath going in and out. The gross air totally cease. This is the external sign. Clear? Then the internal sign, fire. Actually, like a fire, like a butter lamp. Right? So this one I remember very clearly when I received the teaching from His Holiness the Dalai Lama. He said the fire or the butter lamp or candle line we lit in a pot. The pot is not transparent pot, like an iron pot. So there's a candle light. When you look at it far away, you can see someday it's like a lighting, like a little bit. The fire coming out. Fire. This is the internal sign. Also now you remember, oh, now my consciousness, right? My air energy will dissolve into the consciousness. Consciousness there, remember the four external sign, four internal sign. Particularly a fire, not just big fire. You are living in the dark place. Somehow you can see suddenly like flame coming out. A short time flame, see anymore. Short time flame out, see. Finally you can see totally little bit like fire. There's no any like a moving. The fire is not just moving, just there little bit of fire. That means that wind energy dissolve into consciousness. There's no really gross wind in your body. So my experience, so when my teacher passed away, so first he was sleeping, sleep on the bed. Then I can see so difficult to, breathe in and out. I can hear the sound is very strange. And I thought, why not I just sit him on the chair, the sitting position. So when I put him on the chair, the breath become more soft, easy to breathe in and out. Then I check his pulse. Very slow. I think every maybe 8 minutes I can feel one pulse. Cannot feel. Now we know, my teacher is dying. Then one of my student, he was very smart. Suddenly he bought a picture of His Holiness Dalai Lama. He was saying, hey, teacher, His Holiness is coming to see you. He just showed the picture. He was very big. Suddenly he do like this. Close eyes. No more any movement. Then I did a lot of prayers. Then I was so tired. So I just fall asleep while I'm chanting next to my teacher body. Right? Next early morning, when I look at the body, look like body looks so fresh. Look like he's still, breathing in and out. Look like. I will, approach very closely. I listen the kind of the breathing. I cannot feel any breath. Cannot. That means the gross wind totally dissolve into consciousness. Clear? Also, that time you can see just there's a fire flame in the pot. There's no flicking, right? No flickering, just still is there. That time also we need to remember, yes, now I reach to the fourth stages, fourth stage. Right? Then next, there's a 4 visualizations. So according to the modern technology, generally, medically, people said, the doctor would say that nurses say, oh, he or she is dead, but the person is still alive. So what are the next 4 dissociation? Consciousness, right, dissolve into the vivid. Remember the vivid. So we chant the next verses. Okay, we again chant the stanza number 10. May we generate the strong mindfulness and introspection when the wind continue begin to dissolve into the consciousness and the external continuum the breath cease, go towards the appearance soul, appearance like the burning water lamp in Rome. Right? So the continuum of breath cease. Now it is a gross dualistic appearance dissolve. Then appearance like a burning butter lamp and dawn. So the gross breath cease. The gross consciousness cease. Next result. May we know our own nature ourselves through the yogi cycle existence in nirvana emptiness. And I appear increase in inner attainment disorder. Early in the later experience like the pervasive moonlight, sunlight, and darkness. Okay, this one I think in order to see quite easily. Mirage, smoke, fireflies, flame of lamp. Next one, the vivid white mind, vivid red orange mind, vivid black mind, killer light. Now, the consciousness dissolves into the vivid white mind. Yeah, vivid white, because of mind. When the gross, you need to remember consciousness, gross, subtle, very subtle. Now the gross and subtle consciousness totally dissolve into the consciousness, the subtle consciousness, not the subtlest one, consciousness. Now you can imagine, right? You are on the bed, your eyes, your ear, your tongue, your body, no more functioning. You cannot see, you cannot hear, you cannot taste any smell, nothing. Your body totally become like a piece of rock. Therefore, you cannot see anything. You are seeing by the number 6 mind. 6 mind, right? When the consciousness dissolves into the 5 states, the vivid white mind, mean that moment for you, in your 6 mind or in 6 mind, everything around you is totally white appearance. It's totally white or milky color appearance. You can appear. No sound, no body, nothing, just white, vivid appearance. Right? Just white thing you can see. Then the number 6, the 5 Fifth, the vivid white mind dissolves into where? Vivid red-orange mind. That means slowly the white appearance going to disappear. Suddenly, the orange or little bit red color appearances appear to you. When you look around, everything look like brown color. First white, very clear white. Then now a red color appearance. And the red mind, the red-orange mind dissolve into where? Black mind. That time now, the white appearance disappear, the red appearance disappear. Now suddenly, everywhere is totally become darkness. No white, no, just totally you are in the totally dark areas. Everywhere you can see only darkness, darkness, darkness. Then the appearance appear to you for maybe 10 minutes, 20 minutes, few hours, we don't know. It depends on the different individual. Then suddenly, while the darkness appear to you, suddenly look like you yourself become unconscious. You totally look like you are faint. Right? Then you have this kind of experience can be very short moment or little longer or very long. Right? It depends on also or the body, it depends on our body condition. The more you live in the unconscious state, then the longer clear mind can remain. The darkness is longer, the unconscious state remain longer, then the clear mind remain longer. After the darkness, the clear mind going to arise. Right? Then suddenly you become conscious. The conscious mind is so subtle one. Suddenly the subtlest mind arise, namely the clear light mind. Clear light mind, right? Clear light mind. Here now, when the clear light mind arises, then you feel so peaceful. There's no sound, nothing. Totally you can see only the white appearances. That's with the subtlest mind. And at that moment, you are totally, I say you, okay? I say you as a person, you have a name. As a you and the gross body totally disconnected. Somebody cut your hands and legs, it cannot affect you. You are possessed the subtlest body. That means your body, you with the subtlest body. Clear? You are possess the subtlest body. Your mind is the subtlest mind. Your gross body is totally become disconnected with you. If somebody carry your head, your legs, it doesn't affect for your practice. Because the subtlest mind is not exist in the head, legs, and it exists central in the central channel. Right? Now this becomes very important. As if you do your daily higher tantrayana practice, all practice you can transform into higher Tantrayana practice. When the clear light mind arises, the clear light mind must utilize to meditate on emptiness. Clear? The subtlest mind you can use to realize emptiness. Emptiness become object. The subtlest mind become subject. The subtlest mind just meditate on the emptiness. Emptiness. Clear? Emptiness. The first, the clear mind arises. The clear mind we name the mother clear light mind. Mother. This can be errors for anybody, Buddhist, non-Buddhist, human being, any other beings, in dog and cats. Everybody must go through this procedure. At the end, clear light mind arises. But those, sentient being doesn't have the ability to apprehend emptiness. For you, so since today, you need to learn the concept of emptiness. The concept of emptiness. Then, because you still clearly remember you are going through all the procedure. Now you need to remember, yes, the clear light mind arises, just recognize the clear light mind and try to meditate on emptiness. Right? If you don't have this concept of emptiness, then, until the fourth visualization, you're able to maintain the positive mental attitude. You remember taking refuge, generating bodhicitta, generating compassion, cultivation bodhicitta until the fourth step. And fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth cannot. These are very important, moment to apply the higher Tantrayana practice. Otherwise, if you don't have this practice, the next four stage neither become positive nor negative, it's just neutral. Neutral, right? Neutral. Therefore, here it said, so we chant one more, the standard number 11. May we know our own nature ourselves through the yoga, rasa, existence, and nirvana as empty. Appearance, increase, and their attainment dissolve. Early into the later. Experience like the presence in moonlight, sunlight, and darkness. Yeah. The moonlight referred to the white appearance. The sunlight, the red appearance, and darkness. So self-existent and nirvana as empty. Empty doesn't mean nothingness. Remember the samsara is emptiness. Remember the nirvana emptiness. My subtle body is emptiness. Just meditate on emptiness for 10, 20 minutes or maybe a few hours or few days or few weeks. So here we must have a clear understanding what does mean clear light meditation. Because this day, some Lama or Rinpoche or Geshe pass away and the body remain freshly for a few days or few weeks. It's nothing special. Nothing at all. Even the non-believer body can freshly for a few days, if you don't touch, you just leave there as it is. It can remain freshly because the subtle mind is there. The subtle mind is there not as a positive. The subtlest mind is continuously attached to the belongings. Yeah? The subtlest mind attached to the family, the friends, and them and friends. The whole mind is there. You should not consider it as a kind of meditative posture. What do you call meditative? Yeah, should not consider. If the person able to meditate on emptiness with the subtlest mind, they continuously meditate for a few days, few weeks, they consider very special. Right? Should not have a misunderstanding, number one. Number two, so when someone passes away, very famous, Lama or Rinpoche pass, we do the cremation. After cremation, what we do, we collect the relics. The bones are so different color, the bone is different shape. Also, should not consider it's a very holy. I've seen Singapore when we collect the bone from the the area. Yeah, somebody has a colorful bones, shape look like Buddha and Bodhisattva. But we never do, kind of this kind of tests. You should not consider that. So therefore, we must know which does mean the meditation, remaining in the what you call clear meditation, means the mind, the subtlest mind must meditate on emptiness. If the practitioner is a very high practitioner, that moment the practitioner can practice bodhicitta. Within the practice of bodhicitta, the person can remain, few days, few weeks, even though few months, few years. Right? So you heard many times from Hisonedar Lama, his teacher Ling Rinpoche remained in this clear mind meditation for 3 weeks. There's so many other, Also, if we, able to remember the instruction during the 4 stages, 4 visualization stage, and continuously maintain the practice until clear arise. Then the clearer mind we can apply, use for meditate on emptiness. Then we call that moment sun clear light mind. Without meditating the clear mind, mother clear mind. When the clear mind meditate on emptiness, then we can say sun clear mind. That means we say meet the mother and son. The clear minds are my mother, emptiness like a sun, then meet together, giving name, sun, clear mind. So we chant the next stanza 12. May the mother and child clear mind meet. May their attainment dissolve into the all emptiness. All conceptual visualization cease and experience, like a sky free from poverty, the condition of dawn. Therefore, that moment, the person, sometimes we say, that time, the person can have an experience similar with the realizing emptiness. Similar experience of realizing emptiness. Even though the person doesn't have a, concept of emptiness, doesn't have an idea of emptiness, that moment, the person have an experience similar with the realization emptiness. Because that moment there's no more ignorance, no more attachment, no more anger, no more the conceptual mind. There's only one mind, which is clear mind. Therefore, if the person tried to, but it's not easy at all, try to understand emptiness, look like very easy to understand emptiness that moment. There are no any other obstacle. Right? Let's, I ask you to, find, someone within the 100 people, not easy. There's 100 people, you need to go one by one by one. Finally left 10, finally left 2, finally leave 1. It will be very easy to recognize the person, right? So this is one of the important practice, recognizing the clear mind, meet the true mother and son. The next one, so this next stanza, right, wishing to be, now we just stop here. The next one we chant together, 13. May we be still in the one-pointed profound meditation in the exalted wisdom of John, innate bliss and emptiness. Breathe the four emptiness after the melting of the moon, stood by the fire of the lighting by the powerful flame lamps. Now he's talking about the John, innate bliss and emptiness. What does mean innate bliss? Then there must be, gross blissness. So that moment, if the person able to meditate on emptiness, the person can have a very, unique kinds of blissness, unique kinds of happiness. The blissness, the happiness of experience is innate. It has nothing to do with the, other phenomena. For us, all our happiness is not innate. After you have a good food, having good food, you feel happiness. The happiness come through the food. It's not innate. But the most, kind of enjoyable happiness, the meeting, the physical kind of enjoyment, also is not the innate. It's also coming through the, different factors. When the subtlest mind meditates on emptiness, the innate bliss can be arise. Now you're talking about the moon, about the melting of the moonlight, which constituted by the fire of the lighting like powerful flame. He's talking about Tummo. Tummo, right? Yeah, powerful flame, Tummo. The moonlight is talking about the melting the energy from the head. Here you need to know a little bit about the chakras and channel. Actually, there are so many, different types of channels, different types of nervous system. The principal like three. From here, a little bit bend. From here, then bend little bit backward, then go all the way down below the belly button. Then the two channels start from here, little bend backward, go all the way, side by side from the central channel. At the end of the channel, the nerves, join in the center. That means like three channels, the center and the two, left and side. This two is the end of the channel is joining in the center. If you put, like say, water, the water go through the one channel and go into the center. If you pour in water, other channel, also go to the channel, come into the center. Right? Therefore, through the meditation, through the practice, first the person need to practice the Tummo, his the body, is generally not talking about the moment of the death. Then the his, the flame or Tummo hits the lower body, the energy go up all the way to the head. Then the head energy melt. Then the energy goes through the two channel all the way down. Then slowly the energy enter into the central channel. Central channel all the way up until the central chakra. Then everything, the consciousness, the energy, the you also remain in the central chakra, head chakra, throat chakra, heart chakra, navel chakra, secret chakra. So here I'm talking about the central chakra. In the central chakra, there's two dots, white and red together. These two drops come from parents, the white from father, the red from mothers. The two drops meet together. The subtle consciousness always remain there. So there's a practice to how to generate the tumo, how to melt the energy, how to put all the energy into the central channel. But not easy. There's a 3 notes. The central channel is, closed by the 3 notes. So the notes can be released through the practice. 3 notes going to be released naturally when you are dying. The natural, release the note, no practice, no need practice. It's naturally going to loosen. The energy can enter into the central chakra. They remain there for maybe few weeks or few months, few years. At the end, when the 2 drops in the central chakra break, then the subtle consciousness left. You left this body. Clear? You left this body going with the gross body, subtle consciousness. Here now you can see the reverse one. So through clearer mind, then clearer mind become trigger, the vivid black mind arise. The vivid black mind arise, become trigger, then vivid red orange mind arise. The vivid red orange mind become trigger, the vivid white mind, then flame, the fire flash, the smoke and mirage. Then again, take up another life. We name intermediate state. Right? Okay, so today we can leave here. We can have one more class. Next class, we can talk a little bit about the visualization more clearly, then the intermediate state. Okay, we have 10 minutes. We can have a Q&A. Okay, somebody already sent Q&A. I will read for you. You mentioned that it's best to die at home, so no necessary disruption to body contact. This case, do that mean organ donation is not advisable? It is very much depend on the practitioner. If let's say you are very high practitioner, you are able to do through the proper visualizations, go through all the procedure, able to meditate on emptiness by clearing mind, then I'm going to say it is not good idea to donate the organs. Clear? For normal people, until the 4th visualization, let's say someone medically die, considered as a death, then keep maybe the body can keep maybe, I'm not sure, really not sure how long, maybe 2-3 hours, then it's okay to donate your organs. But since you sign, on donating your organs, then actually the body is no more belongs to you. Right? When you donate your organs, your heart and your lung and your liver or kidneys, you already donate, you already dedicate to someone, whoever wants. That means you are not the owner of your organs. You already dedicate. You already donate. Freedom. What freedom? Yeah. So no more. Therefore, you have to reduce your attachment towards your body, particularly towards your organs. And related to these donations, related to the offering, right? You can see everybody has to tap, put the name on the flowers, right? Do you think it's a good idea? You still say, this is my flower, this is my flower. Then you're not really donate. Right? So when you make a donation to someone, since the cash, the food, the clothes, whatever you're going to donate, those are no more belongs to you. It belongs to the person who you donate it. Right? Offering also. When you offer something, you must disconnect attachment towards the offering and your mind. Right? So it's very much even practitioner. The question number in Singapore context, all dead body need to be cremated. What is your view on the releasing ashes to the sea or ground or earth? Yeah, as a Buddhist, normally, we do cremation. It's our tradition. Actually, even though you are Buddhist, you don't, you should not 100% should not say my body must be cremated. Cremated must be burned. It's up to you. And in Tibet, we usually say offer to the birds. It can be burned, it can be cut into pieces, offer to the bird. You cut into pieces, you offer to the ocean, offer to the fish. The fish become healthy, then you can eat again. Right? It's totally your wish. Your wish, okay? You can ask your relatives, don't burn, just throw in the ocean, don't burn, bury in the ground, up to you. But after cremation, then you can collect the ashes, you can, put in the water, ocean, you just, throw in the ground, still you will get recycled. There's no any differences. But there's another culture we have. You collect the ashes, put in the pot, keep in the temple. I cannot see the meaning, the importance, right? And also we have a misunderstanding. We say, I'm going to temple to pray to my parents, pray to my ancestor. No, we cannot pray to any ancestor. We can pray for them. In order to pray for them, no need to keep any bones, any relics, any ashes in the temple in your house. No need. This is what I feel. But then also it costs, you have to update every every years. You have to update, right?
Should have 10 years.
After 10 years, you have to update. Right? So my advice you, after collect the ashes, you can throw in the water, you can throw on the ground, you put in the nearby tree is the better than the put in the container and keep in the temple. If you happy, why not? You can ask your parents or your relatives, keep my ashes in the temple. There's nothing wrong. Right? Okay, any question? Yes?
Assuming that the person at the moment of death still has the hearing capabilities.
Who?
Somebody who dies at death, they still can hear. The hearing dissolves from the earth to the water element. Is that the time when you don't hear anymore?
Yeah, when the air elements saturate, the earth dissolve into the water, the body cannot have the well function, the no more really function. Still little bit not function smoothly. And second, the water dissolve into the fire. The fire dissolve into the air. And the air dissolve the consciousness, then all the breath can be ceased, cannot hear, cannot see anymore. Because the eyes consciousness doesn't have the function to see, air consciousness doesn't have the function to hear, because the gross consciousness say, dead, dissolve. And even though, let's say, before the operation, the nurses use what was anesthesis, right? Like that. That time person cannot hear, cannot see, but sometimes there's some, exception. One of the Tibetan monks, he went to hospital for operation. They used the anesthesis. He cannot move his body. He can really feel the pain. And the car, he really can feel the pain, but cannot move. He went through a few hours. Very scary, right? Yes, any question? Is
Since the dead person, the dying person cannot tell us what they are going through, how do we know this is the process of the dying? How do we, where do we learn this process of dying from?
there's no way we can learn. We can learn until the 4 visualizations. Then the 5th, 6th, 7th, only the person who are dying, he or she can experience. Nobody can experience, nobody can see.
So how we know this is true? How we know this process is true?
Why don't you go through one time?
I mean, yeah, that's the only time I can know whether it's true. But yeah, so that's my question.
This thing, is not true because what many times the Lama said, one day I go through the 8 different, at time the process of death. Because he does the 8 different sadhana. Yes, we have even though my lifetime we can see some of the practitioner through the sadhana. Every sadhana you must go through the experience of the 8 visualizations. But the person actually going through the experience of the visualization, you can see the person cannot really breathe in and out, totally sees the breath. For the stomach, there's no any movement for a few hours. Then again, slowly you can see the movement. This one, if you're really interested, first you need to attend initiation, then go to the sadhana, not just chant the sadhana, go to the experience. But interestingly, there was a Tibetan monk, Gindin Chubel. He was in prison in Tibet. He was very smart, very scholar. Then he asked some of the person to chant the essence of dependent origination. He just sit. So he know he's going to die. He said, today I'm going to go to next life, which is the famous topic in Buddhism. But unfortunately, I cannot say there's a next life. I cannot say there's no next life. I cannot send you message. He said, right, yeah. So there's a way you can really go through the experience. Okay, I think some more question here. No more?
Geshe-la, just now you were saying that you are the only one who know the last 4, with the last one is clear light,
Yeah.
right? And then you mentioned that then you practice emptiness you take the concept of emptiness into this clear light.
Mm-hmm.
But in this life, when I'm alive, I never experience clear light. So when I'm in the process of dying on the last moment, are you saying that because this life, if I practiced emptiness, the concept of emptiness, when I see the clear light in my death, I just merge these two together? Because in this life, in this living life, I don't experience clear light. So how to practice in that sense?
Therefore, first, every day, no matter how much you are busy, so you have to go through certain, like amount of meditation on impermanence, and slowly meditate on emptiness. You need to practice how you meditate on emptiness with a gross mind. The more you practice, the more you meditate on emptiness, the mind becomes more subtle, more profound. For example, beginning of your meditation, your breath is very shallow, very long, so strong. Slowly, the more you meditate on emptiness, compassion, then your breath become more shallow. Your heart pump become, pump really, what you call, slow. Your breath become more slow. Then the moving your stomach become more slow. That means your consciousness become more subtle, more subtle, more subtle. So you have to train yourself how to meditate on emptiness. 10 minutes, slowly 20 minutes, slowly 1 hour. Then you are gradually using the subtle mind, not the subtlest mind. If you have this kind of experience, then I hope, while the clear mind arises, you're able to meditate on emptiness. But you need a lot of training. Right?
So in another word, in this living life, the clear light experience can be experienced.
And 100% can. This is the best one. You have to practice the higher Tantrayana sadhana. Remember, the death transform into Dharmakaya. Intermediate state transform into Sambhukakaya. Taking rebirth transform into the Nirmanakaya. Therefore, like Milarepa, right? Actually, he goes through the clear mind before he really died. For many, many, many months, many, many years, he go through all the practices, particularly meditation on emptiness, by clear mind. Therefore, why he able to stay in the snow, no cold, no hungry, no thirsty, no scaredness? Because he rely on the subtlest body and mind. Sometimes he didn't have the gross body. The subtlest body can get out from the gross body, go anywhere else. Okay? Okay, for you as a homework, you go through the root text. Try to understand. Next time we have a short conversation about the visualizations. Then we can talk about the intermediate state. Then this will be the last class. Right? So thank you so much for attending the class. I always ask of you, not just attend the class, not just reading Dharma books, practice as much as you can. Okay? Last we do dedication. All merit we have accumulated this evening. First, we're going to dedicate ourselves to be able to practice the Dharma, particularly to be able to practice the Dharma, bodhicitta, emptiness, while we are dying. Not only ourselves, we wish all sentient beings, all human beings, when they go through the process of death, wish to remember the practice of Dharma. Even the non-Buddhists can remember the great compassion, love, tolerance, kindness. Last, we did get married for world peace between the different countries who has a serious conflicts. Janjo Sanjo Rinpoche, Mahe Pana Gigyo, Yewa Nyamba Meba Yang, Gwande Gondo Bewarashi, Donye Tawa Rinpoche, Mahe Pana Gigyo, Yewa Nyamba Meba, Gwande Gondo Bewarashi. Thank you and good night. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Sitele, thank you, Geshe-la.
Thank you.
Thank you, Geshe-la. Thank you. I cannot see my face. Thank you. Great. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Pauline.
Thank you,
Goodbye.
sis. Thank you. Thank you, Sonam. Bye-bye. Thank you, everyone. Thank